Hey y'all, gravity. Any evening above ground, live it. Sorry, I just finished grabbing some information about what you're about to talk about, and I just got even more pissed. We all know this weekend is MLK week. His day is up. It's not his birthday, but this is the day they honor him. So Charlie Kirk, now apparently he said this at that America Fest bullshit he had in Phoenix. He said he was planning on exposing who MLK was. Charlie Kirk, what else are you gonna expose about MLK that hasn't been exposed? What else are you gonna tell about MLK that hasn't been told already? Hasn't been put in movies, hasn't been put in books, hasn't been put in papers, which you could easily search for in the internet. He was a public figure, one of the most popular public figures on the planet in the 60s, where black people, especially the cousins and their predecessors and their ancestors, were not even given respect enough to eat in an establishment, drink from a water fountain, go to the same bathroom, hell, drive through a town and not be accosted. That man, you could go to any country and that they knew who that man was. He has one of those faces. You're going to expose what? That he allegedly cheated on his wife? Hoover tried that. Debunked. You're going to bring up COINTELPRO? Okay. Debunked. He was a Marxist? Okay. So what? Oh, you're going to say how I have a dream speech. He didn't write that. So what? You fuckers love bringing up that speech any chance you get, and you credit him with it. Now you're gonna say, "Oh, he didn't write it. He's a fraud. He's like Claudine Gay. He's a plagiarist. He plagiarized his doctoral thesis." Um, Even if that was true, so what? Most of your favorite conservative people have plagiarized bullshit. Hell, I'm supposed to take y'all serious when y'all can't even get a quote together that you could easily Google. I'm supposed to take y'all serious. And you wonder why nobody's saying, you know what? I'm just going to become a conservative. I like what they talking about. Hell, I'm seeing conservatives talking about we're going to go to the libertarians, or I'm going to just go be independent. And those that are conservative that actually do the work, they don't even call themselves conservative. They say they're out there doing the work. They're working for the people, which is what they should be doing. This is why the conservative movement sucks, because you motherfuckers just let anybody in and give a motherfucker a voice, and then y'all just co-sign whatever bullshit they co-sign, which just shows the level of your ignorance. Let me say hi to the people and calm down before I really get off on this man. Pause. Torian, hello. Miss Nisi, hello. Johnny Gibbs, hello. Ty Quinn, hello. Base Proletariat, hello. Wallow J, hello. AB Promotions, thank you for the $5 super chat. You said the white man ain't got no hair on his face. Definitely trust what he says out of his mouth. Nah. I think you better don't trust. James said, right, it's all to undermine voices like the new bat meter. No, you know what it is, James? I appreciate you saying that, but it doesn't even have to be with that. This MLK thing has been going on since he was alive. They claim we're so woke and the whole world is woke that instead of worrying about the issues that you can clear, you can take care of, you're bringing up old shit. You're arguing over dumb shit. Again, family, these were the same people that were arguing over a calendar 3 weeks ago. These were the same people who sat in the Twitter space for 2.5 hours and argued why women shouldn't or should be in a calendar. These are the people that argued over a woman baking a cake because she had big fun bags. These are the people that tell you that everybody has opportunities in here, but then co-sign a jackass political candidate that says that I condemn any form of vicious anti-racist, any vicious racism in this country. But a reporter specifically asked you, are you going to denounce white supremacy? Because that's in line with what you said. You won't do it. But you are telling me that you're going to expose a man who literally, when we're all transitioned, he's still going to be brought up, regardless if you break out the receipts on him. Okay.
And folk, them white people lost their mind.
And you wonder why y'all get trashed every day in some form of media. But I guess we can start finally.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern.
Guys, I understand why junior college is necessary, but I also understand that if you fall out of it and you have nothing to back up with, yeah, you're not right for this world. Hey, Charlie Kirk, I'm gonna help you. You might as well go get a certification, my G. Do something else, because this ain't it. This ain't it. So here. How Charlie Kirk plans to discredit Martin Luther King Jr. and the Civil Rights Act. Turning Point USA founder Charlie Kirk is preparing to launch a campaign against MLK and the landmark civil rights law he helped enact. By the way, Charlie, where's your statue? Where's the statue? Where are the people that have you up there? They're saying this is a paragon of thought. Hell, I put you up with that government operative, Thomas Sowell, 9 times out of 10, unless he's a steaming white supremacist, which all of them are. They would pick Thomas Sowell. Do you understand, family? And this is probably going to be one of the more fucked up things I've ever said on this channel, but I'm probably going to say a lot tonight. Who remembers that line where they said, even they'll take these steaming white supremacists, they'll even put a black man that they probably don't like, they'll put them over someone like Charlie Kirk, because like I've said with black folks that like to kiss white ass and how white people don't like that. Yeah, white people, you know why they respect MLK even though they'll never admit it? Because at least he went outside. He stood in front of them. He didn't run every time he went to one of their cities. He stood there, and yeah, most times he was trying to be nice about it, but they actually respect the fact that he actually stood in front of them. They actually respect the fact that he said some shit like this here. Y'all know what I'm finna play. Where's my clip? Sorry, I didn't prepare this. I just saw this show.
And a lot of white folk have demonstrated eloquently that they don't have no sense.
And he still went outside. Yo, puss ass wouldn't even, you ain't got the balls to show up somewhere and say this. Hey, you want to do it on January 15th? That's fine. Hey, Torian, give him directions to Anacostia. Say it over there. Capitol Heights. Say it over there. Go to Berry Farms. well, I don't know if it's gentrified yet, but yeah, go over there and say that. Go to Prince George's County. That's where rich black folks are. Say that shit. Come on. Well, you won't go to New York because you're too pussy. But let's go to Manhattan and say that. We'll go to Harlem and you could say this. We go to Chicago. There's black people in Phoenix. Let's go say that because you're out in Arizona. Let's go over there and talk to them about it. Let's go to LA. Let's go to Oaktown, Sacktown. Let's go to Stockton. Plenty of black folks in Dallas and Houston and San Antonio. Let's go over there. Come to Atlanta, sir. Go to Memphis, St. Louis, KC, Detroit. Oh, Detroit would be great. Detroit would be great. Let's go to Birmingham. At least it's 50-50. You're around, you could be around white folk. It'd be 50-50. Nah, you know where we could go? We go down to Montgomery. We could do it right on the boardwalk. We'll get the white chairs and everything. You weak bastard, you. All right, let's see your plan to expose somebody that's been exposed. But okay. Conservative activist and Turning Point USA co-founder Charlie Kirk has a lot of opinions on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. In 2015, Kirk called him a hero. In 2022, MLK was a civil rights icon. In December 2023, speaking before a group of students and teachers at America Fest, a political convention organized by Turning Point USA, Kirk struck a different tone. Quote, MLK was awful, Kirk said. He's not a good person. He said one good thing he actually didn't believe. For decades, conservatives have pointed to King and his idea that people should not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character as a model for equality. And before they tell you they never said that, we've seen it all through. Why can't you be like Dr. King? No, motherfucker, we took Dr. King. And guess which one we took? We took the one that y'all don't like. Base proletariat. Yeah. Notice how Ben Shapiro don't be going outside like that no more. Because that transmission almost turned him into a soprano. But that's another subject for another day. They love using that quote. They love doing that. But then when we say, okay, cool, I mean, that's fine. We can think that, but check this out. What about the one where he said, we coming to Washington to get our check? How come y'all don't bring that one up? I'm surprised y'all don't bring up the one where he said I integrated my people into a burning building. I'm surprised y'all don't bring that one up. But okay. For a while, Dr. King's stock was very much on the rise in conservative circles in the Republican Party, says John Wood Jr. Pause. Sorry, I was on that Reacts podcast. There was a lot of pause going on. A Republican activist. It's been understood on the right that even though Dr. King wasn't really one of us politically, he was still a good liberal. What? Excuse me? For a while, Dr. King's stock was very much on the rise in conservative circles in the Republican Party, says John Wood Jr., a Republican activist. It's been understood on the right that even though Dr. King wasn't really one of us politically, he was still a good liberal. I thought we were always taught that he was closer to a Republican than a Democrat. Maybe, I don't know. You know, the school system didn't really teach us everything. Oh. I love how y'all want to put stuff on people, but again, just like when y'all misquote people, you won't just go search for what the person said. Tabernacle. Yeah, look at this here. It's no surprise that sometimes political groups will also try to claim affiliation with historical figures of note, which we just read. One favorite subject is civil rights leader Martin Luther King Jr. Which party did he support? The official answer is neither. King talked very infrequently about his personal politics and was not formally affiliated with either political party, nor did he explicitly endorse any candidate. In fact, he stated, quote, "I don't think the Republican Party is a party full of the almighty God, nor is the Democratic Party. They both have weaknesses, and I'm not inextricably bound to either party." What's more, the parties of King's time were different from the parties we know today. Policies and platforms have changed drastically over time. According to King biographer David J. Garrow, King was fond of some Republican politicians such as Richard Nixon, although it is almost certain that King voted for Democrats John F. Kennedy in 1960 and Lyndon Johnson in 1964. Among the few times he ventured into open partisanship was to denounce Republican presidential candidate Barry Goldwater, who, as a senator, had voted against the Civil Rights Act of 1964. King said in an interview, "I have no alternative but to urge every Negro and white person of goodwill to vote against Mr. Goldwater and to withdraw support from any Republican candidate that did not publicly disassociate himself from Senator Goldwater and his philosophy." Although King supported Johnson's presidential campaign, he later spoke out about his dissatisfaction with Johnson's handling of the Vietnam War. Sounds like he was an independent, but y'all gonna say he's a liberal. Okay. Now, Wallow J, that ain't a pause because you're talking about a woman. That ain't a pause. But all right, we continue. For Kirk, the shift on King wasn't an offhand remark, but a glimpse into his broader strategy to discredit the civil rights leader and the landmark legislation most associated with King, the Civil Rights Act of 1964. I have a very, very radical view on this, but I can defend it, and I've thought about it. Kirk said at America Fest, "We made a huge mistake when we passed the Civil Rights Act in the 1960s. Question. I think we all have the same question. Charlie Kirk,
who is we? Who is we?
Motherfucker, unless you are in your, at the minimum, early 80s, where were you when that was signed into law? That was 60 years ago. Where were you? You weren't even the thought yet that should I put it in this woman or should I put it in the sheet? You weren't even there yet. What are you talking about? Once again,
who is we? Who is we?
It's funny. When they want to go against us, it's we, us. If it wasn't for us, you blacks wouldn't be up here. You wouldn't be able to say all this. We had to fight for your rights, okay? Nobody was cured. We showed compassion. We signed into legislation so you could live. Oh, so you get to play we and us then. Okay. All right. Well, good. Then you can watch as this reparation go through. Oh, no. See, we're going to stand together and all of us, we're going to say no because we didn't do anything. We were there. We didn't have slaves. Okay? You guys have a great life here, okay? You can't fail in this country. You have given every opportunity. Okay? You got to stop. You guys keep begging for everything. Mr. White Man, y'all are begging for people to stop banging on y'all, pause, every other day. Sometimes 465 times a day. Huh? Your man, Matt Walsh. Family, I sincerely mean this. Do you understand the new fight that the conservatives are having right now? And this is why they're a joke. Black conservatives that don't do the TV, YouTube, social media thing like that, that actually do. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. Conservative black people, there is a difference. Conservative black people, we're gonna need y'all to come outside more often. I get it. You don't want to be lumped in with them. Y'all got to start talking for yourselves. Enough about that. You black conservatives, this is technically who you're aligned with. This is why we don't fuck with you. I'm just gonna say it. Some of y'all are like what y'all be saying out there. Y'all actually out there doing the work. Y'all actually advocate for the people. But this is why we don't fuck with you, because you see this shit and you ignore it until more of us say something. Then you want to jump on and act like you're outraged. This is when you're supposed to say something. The second he put this bullshit up, y'all should have had commentary already out. Say, what the fuck is wrong with him? Don't tell me now, because you've been banging on him for years that this is who he is. He's a piece of shit, and whatever other crap you're gonna try to sell to us. Y'all should have been outside on him. He shouldn't have had an opportunity to let this get off like this. But we know why you won't do it, because y'all still got that big white audience you don't want to piss off. I'm sorry. A lot of y'all love to say that, oh, I got platforms and I say what I want to say, but this is the time where I would actually respect you, when you didn't give a damn about the money and you gave a damn about the principle. I'm getting coins on this YouTube and I still don't give a fuck. I say what I say. If I'm wrong, I take it. If I'm right, I continue. If I'm wrong, I take it and I continue. None of y'all are gonna go out there and say nothing. But if this was Candace saying it, oh, y'all got the commentary flowing. Y'all ready. Y'all jumping on with us, calling her the raccoon. Y'all outside, y'all ready. Y'all ready to be like, hey, I shouldn't even be telling y'all this, but I'll be watching them new black media people. Look at what this motherfucker wrote. Look what this one said. This is the black grassroots.
Fuck out of here.
Y'all ready if that was a black person that would have said that, if it was Candace, if it was that CJ Pearson, if it was that Joel Patrick, Benjamin Jackoff, anybody else, y'all have been outside crazy. But Charlie Kirk says this and y'all are quiet. I only seen one person say something. One. And that was Darrell Scott. He's the only person that said something. I'm sorry, family. Tonight I'm gonna call him out. I'm sorry, because this happened a month ago. I didn't watch America Fest. So I didn't even know he said this. Where is Sonny Johnson? I'm calling her out. I'm sorry. Why didn't you say something about this? It was right there. Where's ABL? Where's Tatum? I don't know what his Tatum ties. I don't know what his affiliation is with MLK. I don't know how you feel. Where's Foreman at? Where the Cartier family at? Because I'm sure they reacted to MLK. Where y'all at on that? Huh? All these cocksuckers that are trying to grab YouTube views off the new black media that claim they're conservatives. Where y'all at on this? Huh? How many times we got to tell you? Every time they talk about a black person like that, they talking about you too. Again, y'all love quoting, I have a dream. But y'all look real quiet when this motherfucker is dissing black folks. Y'all real quiet. But if this was any of the coon class or the boule, y'all outside. I guarantee. How much y'all want to bet, family? And y'all can go check this for me, and then I'll get back to the article. No, Johnny Gibbs, he's not going to talk about it. He's going to ignore it like he usually does. How much y'all want to bet all them channels I just mentioned finna do commentary on what Angela Rye said? How much you want to bet they're going to do commentary on what Angela Rye said Chris Cuomo called her? How much you want to bet? They probably already recording it. But they're going to let this slide. All right. Turning Point USA, founded in 2012 by 18-year-old Kirk to organize conservative. Wait, he's only 29? Boy, I look better than him, and I'm almost a decade older than him. Ain't that something? Okay. Turning Point USA, founded in 2012 by an 18-year-old Kirk to organize conservative students on college campuses, has grown into an ideological force in right-wing politics. America Fest, which took place at a convention center in downtown Phoenix, featured speeches by right-wing heavyweights Donald Trump Jr., Tucker Carlson, and U.S. Representative Matt Gaetz of Florida. Nearly 20,000 people attended the four-day event, according to Kirk. Closely aligned with Donald Trump, the group has seen as a way to replace the modern Republican establishment with younger people more aligned with the 45th U.S. president and reactionary politics, which is what I've been telling y'all. I've been saying this since before the 2020 election. Whichever side loses, the other one has to get younger. The other one has to change their modus operandi. The Republican Party lost, and they're still doing the same things. Now they're going to let the conservatives sink them. They're more worried about the culture war than trying to fix the problems in this country. I'm not saying you're not supposed to focus on the culture war, but if everything you're talking about is either woke, DEI, CRT, or something that involves black people, you're going to lose, because come springtime, when you have your candidates on both sides, they're not going to want to hear that. Promise you. Look, when you start seeing them campaigning across the country, these two-man teams, when they start mentioning woke and all this, just watch the comments. People are going to start getting tired. They're like, I don't want to hear this. I want to know what you're going to do about this border. I want to know what you're going to do with the supply chain. How you going to make our students smart again? We don't want to see our children getting kicked out of these schools for migrants. But again, they think that they're going to win. Heh. Heh. Okay. Kirk argues that the Civil Rights Act, which bars discrimination on the basis of race, ushered in a permanent DEI-type bureaucracy, referring to diversity, equity, and inclusion. He illustrated how the law has gone wrong when responding to a question from a student who said they became the subject of a Title IX investigation after posting an Instagram story mocking transgender people. Title IX, which was passed as part of the Education Amendments of 1972, banned schools that receive federal funding from discrimination on the basis of sex. King was assassinated 4 years prior in 1968. The courts have been really weak on this, Kirk told the America Fest crowd. Federal courts just yield to the Civil Rights Act as if it's the actual American Constitution. The law is ultimately a way to refound the country and a way to get rid of the First Amendment, according to Kirk. Really? Because the Civil Rights Act has been around since 1964, and I've never heard somebody said that their First Amendment rights were infringed. I never heard this. Because even you're not supposed to be discriminated. Should I go show the note that Hank Aaron got when he was about to break the record? Should we go online and show how many times that we're not supposed to be discriminated on the basis of our skin color, but y'all running outside saying, oh, well, you know, I don't know how I feel comfortable with black pilot. Title IX, y'all out there, family. This is why, again, conservatives are, oh boy, I don't care. Conservatives, you guys are jackasses. I'm sorry. Family, that thing I told you about that they were arguing over airline pilots, that's the other thing that they're arguing over right now. And if you don't believe me, you can go on X. They're literally arguing why they would prefer male pilots over female pilots. Yet these are the same people who would ride on a plane the first shot, they get $50 and a free hotel room. Because it's funny, when y'all went to America Fest, I ain't hear none of this. I ain't hear nobody say, oh, you know what? I got on a plane and both my pilots were female. Or I went on there and one was an old white guy and another one was a young black man. I ain't hear none of this. So either somebody's giving you talking points or you guys are just being outraged over the dumbest shit. Because you guys have no solutions to try to fix the country. And you don't know how to talk to people. That's what I think it is. But, you know, that's them. And y'all know where I'm about to go with it. They're going to doom us all. Kirk's attempt to discredit civil rights law is an example of how the fringe moves to the center at the speed of light in right-wing politics, says public policy scholar Jonathan Rausch. If they're going to say the Civil Rights Act of 1964 was the death of the Constitution and freedom in America, then that's going to be extremely divisive because a lot of people are going to say, well, if that isn't racist, I don't know what is, Rausch said. Excuse me. This is the federal law that ended segregation. King supported the Civil Rights Act and was an architect of it, Rausch adds. I guess if you're going to go down this road, you'd have to say King was wrong and maybe King was a bad person. Well, I'm sure he probably has that loaded up. I'm sure he's going to bring up Hoover and COINTELPRO and how he was having sex with white women in hotel rooms. I'm sure. Kirk's comments at America Fest were merely a preview of his attacks on King. He recently said that he plans to release content to discredit MLK on January 15th, King's birthday. I thought his birthday was in April. Okay. Which is a U.S. federal holiday honoring King. I don't know why I thought his birthday was in April. You know. I learned something new. We're going to be hitting him next week, Kirk said on his podcast this week. Yeah, on the day of the Iowa caucus, it's MLK Day. Okay. Let's unpack that for 1 second. You know how we always like to say that they can't go a day without thinking about us and it's always back to us? Y'all were the same ones who kept saying this is probably going to be the most important election in our lifetime. And instead of figuring out who you're going to start talking for the next 10 months, you're going to talk about MLK? No, I get it. Black folks, if they're not into politics, they're going to go to work. They're going to be pissed that the banks are closed and you know, state and local offices where they do business, they're going to be closed. You know, kids will be home. So there'll be less traffic on the road. I know people down here in Atlanta are going to love that. But instead of talking about the Iowa caucus, you're going to discredit MLK, where when you had ample time to do this, because nobody else is watching your bullshit content. So you could have used any time last year to put this out. Are you starving for content that much? And this didn't show up. You could have not given Tucker more time. You could have exposed MLK right there. Okay, so April was the assassination. Okay. I always get those dates confused. I don't know why. Thank you, Miss Neasy. This guy, he gives you a headache. But all right. Here we go. You're going to love this. We're going to do the thing you're not supposed to do. We're going to tell the truth about MLK Jr. You better tune in next week. Don't you threaten me, motherfucker. Blake has already been preparing. It's going to be great. Blake. Blake is an apparent reference to Blake Neff, a producer of the Charlie Kirk Show. In 2020, Neff resigned from his job at Fox News as Tucker Carlson's top writer after CNN revealed he had been making racist posts under a pseudonym. Fox News CEO Suzanne Scott called Neff's posts abhorrent. This is who you're going to use as a credible source. Oh, man, it gets better. So a racist is going to expose a black civil rights leader, and he couldn't even have enough wherewithal to do the research himself, to go get the information. He used somebody else to do it. I say that again. It's your show. This is your subject, but you use somebody else to gather the information because you don't want to go do the research yourself. His information is not behind cloak and daggers and a Pandora's box. This shit is out there. There's probably over 3 million articles about that man. I'm telling you, family, you could go. I'm telling you, you're going to look at that thing and you're like, we knew this. What are you saying? You've said nothing new. That's probably what he's going to say. He would love Jim Crow. Joe, he'd love that man. That's what he'd say. Because he agreed, he probably voted for JFK and Lyndon Johnson. His probably most inflammatory statement is probably going to be something along the lines that MLK didn't like black people. Neff has also been publicly laying the groundwork for rewriting the history on King, attempting to link him to violent unrest after the passing of the Civil Rights Act. Quote, Martin Luther King Jr. gets praised for being a peaceful activist, Neff said on Jack Posobiec's Human Events Daily podcast in December. But what they always end up glossing over is actually in the mid-'60s and late 60s, civil rights activism becomes a very violent thing. Now, why was it violent, sir? Why was it violent? Why was it violent? Okay. A spokesman for TPUSA, Andrew Colvett, said that the Americans have been fed a fake history. Yet all the information was out there. But okay. A core part of this fake history of America is the elevation of MLK into a saint whose entire being is beyond reproach and above question, Colvett said in an email statement. This sanctified version of MLK strips away his actual views and ignores his actual actions. The real MLK was a complicated person. You mean like every other human being out here? I've never seen a one-dimensional human. Again, you see the word that they use, saint. So you have to be perfect as a black person. Black Light, we already played it. We could play it again.
And a lot of white folk have demonstrated eloquently that they don't have no sense.
Well, he told us something new in this. MLK was a complicated person. Wow. Hey, you want to impress me? Do something on Malcolm X. Impress me. Dig up something on El Hajj Malik El Shabazz. We know you ain't gonna do it though. We know why you ain't gonna do it. And NOI people will be right there in Phoenix waiting for you. Oh, trust and believe the NOI got a branch in Phoenix. They be out there on you. You see a whole bunch of sharply clad brothers outside. and sisters outside, ready to ride out. I promise you. All right. You know, if you said that shit down here in Atlanta, they'd be chasing you up 75. You'd be on foot. They'd be in the cars. I wonder who'd win. And we know exactly where they're going to take it once they get to 75. They're going to go right to that fork where 75 and 85 split off. And when they're going to go up 85. And who want to tell me when you go up 85 to this other highway called 895, where you think you're going to end up at? I want to see if somebody going to get it. Now, you may not be from Atlanta, but I just gave you a clue. You take two highways and you end up somewhere. Oh, Black Light. No, Candace is she's on the campaign trail with old ramen noodles, which I don't even know why that's a thing, but okay. Thank you, Denise. That's right. Lake Lanier. Yeah, they're gonna put you right there. They're gonna throw your wedding ring in there and they're gonna tell you go get it. And chances are we're gonna take bets you ain't gonna come back up. I ain't advocating for nothing. I'm just trying to tell you a story. You don't play with MLK around here. The attacks on King show how Turning Point USA has become more willing to indulge on more extreme issues that can alienate voters, according to Nick Sergey, executive director of Watchdog Group Documented, who has researched Turning Point USA for years. Quote, a decade ago when he was launching TPUSA, Kirk avoided hot button issues like race or abortion, Sergey said. He now seems totally unrestrained. You mean unhinged. He's increasingly radical and is aligning himself with people like Blake Neff, who exists in a particular subculture on the right. This is not dog whistle politics. It's blatant and intended to cause outrage. That's really the point. Here's the problem, though, Sergey. He already was on this tip. Pause. He just needs more of a battery put in him. He's been on this for years. But it's okay. Even for Kirk and Turning Point USA, the attacks on King represent a dramatic shift. The group has profited from the use of King's image. Listen to this. Turning Point USA's website sold a $55 t-shirt with MLK's name and stickers of King that say "Let Freedom Ring." After an inquiry from Wired, both products were removed from TPUSA's store. Did you get all that? Kevin Rodwell, hello, you seem new, but welcome. Forsyth County, yes, sir. $8.95, they put it right over there in Forsyth here, yes, sir. That nice Oscarville, Georgia. By the way, would you like to see what they were promoting? Because we have the image. Life has a funny way of showing people who they really are.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern.
Yeah, that's right. You are seeing exactly what Turning Point USA was selling before they took it down off the website. We get pissed when we see black clubs putting his face there, which I'm sure they have some already out there right now because it's the weekend. But yeah, they had this up for years, family, years. This was $4. These are stickers. You can put it on your tumbler or your Stanley cup, your laptop. Yeah, this is what they were selling. Him looking like on a playing card with a crown, draped in red, white, and blue. Mm-hmm. Yeah, take a good long look at that. But now he want to act brand new, and he's this bad guy, but you were profiting off his face. How much of his family got some of his royalties? Huh? How much did you pay Bernice King and him? How much did you pay the estate? Probably not a dime. But all right. These guys are very good at moving the Overton window, Roush, the scholar, says. That's what they do. They push and get things into the dialogue that until the day before yesterday were unthinkable. That was the article. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to take in what we talked about just now. Because y'all got to understand, this is just going to get worse. It's going to get worse. By the time if they get their wish, everybody's going to be bad. But you do think he was done just with that? Hell no. He had more. Of course he did. Can't stop a supremacist from talking, especially if they think that what they're talking about is the truth.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern.
Here's Charlie Kirk talking about that same article we just read with his 3 supremacist buddies. Why does that one all the way on the right look he looks special? We'll just say that. He looks special. He looks like he just watched a Blue Waffle video. Do not go search for that. I know I shouldn't have to tell you, but don't go searching for that. If you search for that, I send this to you. But let's hear what Charlie was saying to his boys. Fair use.
So when last year, I promised myself when this came around, we were going to go after it. And so here we are. And I'm just going to tease it. You got to watch the show on Monday. And I just said it was kind of a throwaway line, right, Andrew?
It was such a throwaway line.
It was a throwaway thing. I'm just kind of doing this thing. And some tech blog called Wired Magazine.
You'd think they would write about
crypto,
computers, the internet,
Bitcoin, crypto,
engineering, but apparently
cybersecurity.
they just police what people think about a certain infamous American of the mid-20th century.
Yeah, some holy figure. So I'm going to read this email from...
Must be a religion blog.
Who is this guy? I don't know.
Secular saint.
He says, "Hi, I'm a reporter with Wired Magazine in New York. I'm reaching out because we're publishing a story about Charlie Kirk's comments on Martin Luther King Jr. and his plan to release content about King on January 15th. Mind you, they act like I'm planning a terrorist attack. Like the way this is written, his plans to create content on January 15th. Like what? I mean, like what am I like planning like a terrorist attack on Christmas Day?
Dumbass, you had a whole... Okay, once again, dumbass, you could have done this last year. You could have done this last year. You could have dominated the news cycle last year at this on the same day by putting that out. Am I wrong there, family? There was nothing going on last January. He could have dominated. Everybody would have been talking about it. You wait till the day of the caucus to do this. He really think he about to eat on this. Boy, Monday, listen, if you don't have X, I swear to God, I would get a burner account or BS account because boy, X is going to be fun on Monday.
We note in our piece. Oh, so you already wrote the piece. That's what I love about this, right? They're not asking me for comment. They're trying to fill in a couple gaps. We note in our piece. Oh, so you already wrote the piece. We note in our piece that Kirk describes King as, quote, a bad guy. It's true. And Kirk's self-described very, very radical view that the country made a mistake when it passed the Civil Rights Act. Also true. As we note in the piece, Kirk has previously described Kirk as a hero and a civil rights icon. It's true. I used to be wrong. What inspired Kirk to shift his view on MLK? Why does Kirk think that MLK is a bad guy? When Kirk says that MLK says, quote, one good thing he didn't believe, what does he mean by that? Why does Kirk believe passing the Civil Rights Act was a mistake? Now, again, apparently they don't listen to the show because we do that at least once a week, right? Once a week we talk about why the Civil Rights Act was a mistake.
By the way, is this white on white crime? I'm asking for friends and family and the cousins. Is this white on white crime? William, hello. You say he will likely get attacked by many of his own people like to echo MLK. I don't know. I don't know. That's why I said Monday's going to be fun, because this is one of the subjects that it's going to be so you don't know which direction it's going to go. You know what? I ain't even finna say nothing. I'm just going to sit there and watch. I'm just going to sit there and read it. I'm going to take it in. Because if you got that much disrespect for this man who basically was assassinated for the right for you to say what you say. Because let me tell you something, without that Civil Rights Act, you wouldn't be here, Charlie. I'm sorry. You would have been thrown off the internet. I'm just saying. But, you know, maybe I got it wrong.
Does Kirk believe that racial segregation should be permitted in the United States? Again, this is how shallow they are. It's as if you don't support the Leviathan and the building of a mass racialized bureaucracy and a refounding of the United States via the Civil Rights Act, you must be pro-racial segregation. Now I'd love to find this guy and ask him, like, hey, when's the Wired magazine article going to be done on black-only dormitories? When's the Wired magazine article going to be on
A black-only dormitory? You mean like at HBCUs? I don't hear y'all talking about white-only dormitories. Base proletariat say he wants to turn the clock back. He couldn't survive. All right, you want me to say it? I'll say it. We've watched Charlie Kirk for years, family. And one thing about black folks, we have a pretty good gauge on how somebody's spirit is. All these racists out here talking about, oh, black people this, black people that, they couldn't survive in that time. They're not built for it. People like Charlie Kirk, they're weak. Why do you think they love the red pill so much? Oh, we're going there. They're weak. No, based. He's not a coward. He's weak. Look how he's acting on somebody that, you know, is on the left at a tech magazine criticizing what he wrote. Criticizing what he said about MLK. He's about to have an unhinged rant. Look at him. He's trying to over-explain himself. You think he could pull that bullshit in the 60s when they don't even want to hear it? That's why I respect y'all that got blood in this soil, because y'all act like your predecessors. Charlie would look like Martin after Tommy Hearns hit him if he was talking like that back then. Why? He think he want to turn back the clock? He think he was going to get support like that? Even them racists didn't always accept everybody talking like that. They at least knew where the line was. Yeah, there were people up top that did not like black folks, but they didn't always agree with what they said in the South. The people in the South didn't like black people all that much. A good chunk of them. But even then, they wouldn't go down there and let Charlie Kirk spit that crap like that. No way. He'd got chased out. He'd have told him, don't bring that bullshit down here. Family, let me tell y'all something. Charlie Kirk would be the type of person to take a video at somebody getting lynched. Damn, I'm going to get in trouble for saying that. If social media was around the 60s, Charlie Kirk would be there filming the whole thing. Putting it on his, well, back then he would have had probably a segment on a TV program or a radio show or pirate broadcast. He would be telling everybody the details. He'd have the whole damn FBI state troopers down there looking like Mississippi burning. Oh, I don't care if I get in trouble for saying that. He's not a coward. He's weak. And if he was standing in front of me, I call him weak and I dare him to do something. I'm not afraid of him. I ain't Rob Smith. I've been around white supremacists and I stood my ground. They get off on being in groups. That group shit don't work. Nah, see, William, he does this online. So this is why he's safe to say this. He goes to America Fest where he's around. He get all the security he want. He got to be around all them conservatives and ain't nobody gonna mess with him. Somebody gonna mess with him. He gonna be the first one outside say he being attacked for what he said. I said, wait, what? So you get to talk all that, but you can't take it? You weak, sir. You'd probably run if they cocked the shotgun on you. You don't have the stomach to be a real white supremacist. That's right, family. I know some of y'all probably gonna side-eye me because I said that. This boy right here don't have the stomach for that. He don't got the stomach that Bull Connor had. He don't got the stomach that Eastland and them had. He don't got the stomach Strom Thurmond had. He don't have the stomach Robert Byrd had. Daniel Carver. He don't got that type of stomach. He probably faint if he saw 17 drops of blood. He ain't never seen no dead body. He ain't never smelled it. He ain't never seen. He think the height of him seeing oppression was watching George Floyd lose his life. He think that's death. That's not death, sir. So that's why I say he's not a coward. He's weak. Them supremacists are them real ones. All right, family. Where are my Southern people at? Shout out to Great Black Shark for this. He's so big and bad. I guarantee you, I could take him to Rebecca, Georgia, me and him, and I feel safer. Because at least I know what I'm walking into. I could describe it to him. He go over there, think he's at home. He'd be the first one to run. He'd be the first one running.
White hiring practices at Johns Hopkins. Never. Does TPUSA see any tension that it sells merchandise of MLK on its website? By the way, we don't anymore, so this guy's outdated. What role does Blake Neff have in creating content on MLK?
What have I done this time?
How was he late? He emailed you and asked you about it, and you took it down. So how was he late? See how they lie? All right.
And this is what the best part, right? Because I mentioned Blake. And he says, what role? Well, this is the perfect time to release it. This is a perfect time to announce. Little did this reporter know that Blake Neff is director of MLK history at the Charlie Kirk Show.
Yeah, it's my new title. Right there.
Congratulations,
Right there.
Blake. Wow,
Director of MLK Truth.
MLK,
I like the white MLK.
That sounds like a DEI hire to me.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
Maybe I got it right. Maybe I got it wrong, family. But y'all tell me. That sounds like a DEI hire, right? Especially the I part, inclusion. So y'all made Blake Neff. Y'all made him the diversity hire. Y'all gave him a diversity promotion. Y'all gave him a diversity title. Torian said he looks like he's ready for a skinhead round. Them skinheads will run him off the block. They'd smell how weak he was. He'd be gone. They give him a wedgie. He'd be out of there. He got a diversity position. He got a DEI title. Man, you can't make this up. Emperor Rex. Oh, that's the lighting. I don't know why. They're soft. I think pink is supposed to signify white people. Red is supposed to be rage, and white is the color of their skin. They're like in the middle. I don't fucking know. He looked like he knock off an Asian if you gave him the opportunity. Shh. Let me stop. I did not mean to play that clip. I ain't gonna hold you. I did not mean to play that clip. Oh my God, I'm going to hell. Somebody come get my ass. I did.
It's a round. It's a rap for you round. And a rap for your round.
My bad. My bad. I did not mean to play that. And I did not mean to say that. Asians ain't got nothing to do with this today.
This is way over the edge. Like we it's not even over the edge. We died already.
This is beyond the event horizon. Like we about to hit the vortex.
Yeah, we about to hit the vortex.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Okay, better.
He's also known as the white MLK.
God, they're so funny. He's known as the white MLK. Y'all didn't think you heard it. He said it.
Right there.
Congratulations,
right there.
Blake. Wow,
Director of MLK Truth.
MLK,
I like the white MLK better.
He's also known as the white MLK.
Yeah,
Here you go. He's known as the white MLK. Okay.
Political analysts have referred to Blake Neff as MLK for white people.
Now, I want you to understand how delicious this is. This is a throwaway line. I was passively planning this. Now I'm going all in.
Yeah.
This guy didn't finish
This would have been like 5 minutes.
It would have been 5 minutes, no, the whole hour. Yeah. We're doing the whole hour. I'm prepping this all weekend. We are, because the fact that they go all this out, it's as if I am going after.
Holiday weekend, family. A holiday weekend. 3 days off. Now I get it. Full disclaimer again, I believe he lives in Arizona. They don't celebrate MLK, so technically it's a regular weekend for him. Technically. But even if that's the case, regular weekend, your kids are home. He got 3 children. You don't want to go spend time with your 3 children. You're going to waste your weekend planning a quote unquote expose on a black man. Whether you do or you don't, football is this weekend. 5 games. You could do that. But you're going to spend your weekend trying to expose a black man. You could take your old lady out for dinner. Have a nice conversation. Get away from the world and the world of politics and the other BS for at least 2 hours. Just have a nice dinner. Good conversation. Rekindle that spark. Fan the flames. You're going to be in your office, probably on a 4-way pause. Doing an expose, getting ready for a black man. Okay. Then they get mad when we put up that meme with the white guy with the phallus on his brain. Pause.
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 He paused. I said pause, nigga. Mind you.
Once again, family. That white vote finna doom us all. Oh, we know Soul Survivor. We know we don't take a day off, but goddamn. Even again, family. I mean, even most of the white supremacists took the day off last weekend during the college. Well, 2 weeks ago with the college football playoff. At least they took that day off. Jesus. Most of them. Jesus.
After a holy figure. And I say this without kidding. If I did a mockery for a full hour of Jesus Christ, you wouldn't get this sort of incoming. But if you dare.
What? Mocking Jesus Christ is easy, sir. Go mock Muhammad. Again, I told you, family, I don't stop these just right there. I don't have that gift. Maybe I do have it. Maybe I'm a mutant. I don't know. But yeah, I already did, Torian. We already got it. And just for y'all, just so y'all don't think I'm lying, we already got it. I ain't shit. I ain't shit. Just so to prove I ain't lying. We already got this. That face is wild, boy. Just so y'all, I told y'all I already had it. Oh my God. Boy, who mans is this? You don't want that Charlie Hebron treatment. That's what it is. Please say something about Muhammad. I was going to say something else, but be quiet. I'm going to be quiet. It was going to say it was going to be about a joke about Arizona and I was about to say it, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Let's just say they feel comfortable. That's all we going to say. But yeah. my God, no. Now I might change the script. I might change my thumbnail now. Oh no, 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 I'm not talking about Nick Berg. Yes, Vincent, he reproduced 3 times. Yes, he did. Y'all out of line.
Come on with it. That's amazing.
Yeah. I know, family. Hey, there's somebody for everybody, I guess. There's somebody for everybody. They are. There's somebody for everybody. Old Erica. But yeah.
By the way, this is my favorite part, the last inquiry of this lunatic's email. What sort of content about MLK is Kirk planning to publish on January 15th? You're going to have to watch the show, man. I mean, but this guy sounds like nervous. Yeah. As if it's like some sort of pending bomb I'm going to plant in a plaza on January 15th. What is he planning? Is it an insurrection? Are they going to storm the Capitol? No, I'm going to do an hour about how MLK is not worthy of deification and worship. That if you pray in the name of MLK, it does not heal you of the sin of racism.
You know, it's not.
Hey, pussbag, I don't see y'all going to congressmen that y'all love inviting everywhere and singing their praises when they say some slick shit in Congress. I don't hear y'all saying, hey, y'all need to take that off the docket, and that shouldn't be a law no more. I don't hear none of this. You pussbags wouldn't stand. Y'all wouldn't, man. Y'all wouldn't sit up there and say none of this. I'm sorry. I thought he had 3. He only got 1. So I was wrong. But yeah. But by the way, I guess before we start to wrap up, this is why I love how the conservative movement thinks that they're a whole political party. Because this is the same Charlie Kirk who told the RNC that, well, you know what? We're not even going to misquote him. We're going to read it. In December 2022, Kirk warned the Republican National Committee that they need to listen to their grassroots voters or face the consequences of ignoring them. Kirk stated that, quote, if ignored, we will have the most stunted and muted Republican Party. Listen to this. The most stunted and muted Republican Party in the history of the conservative movement, the likes of which we haven't seen in generations. These fuckers really think that they are the Republican Party. This is how delusional they are. This is how delusional conservatives are. They really think they're the Republican Party. This is why the Republican Party gets no love. Republicans, y'all need to distance yourselves away from these people. We could call them the Refuglicans, Repugnicans. We can call them whatever you want. This is why you fuckers are, man. Let me be quiet. Let me be quiet because why tell them anything? They ain't gonna go out there and just do the same thing they do already. So it is what it is. But yeah, there you go. He's really about to go in on MLK. He's really about to tell us something that we didn't know. He's really gonna outline why people shouldn't be standing with MLK. Hey, newsflash, asshole. Most people only know MLK for I Have a Dream, and asshole, most people did not always agree with what MLK did or said. That's called healthy discourse. Likewise, there's a lot of people that did not like what Malcolm was saying or doing. Healthy discourse. You're not going to expose anything that we didn't already know. Unless you done dug up J. Edgar Hoover and underneath his dressing garter, he had another file that the whole world never saw. So I'm sure he's going to have people tuning in on Monday, and we're going to tune in, and we're going to be like, what are you saying? We knew this. What are you saying? This is garbage. What are you saying? You're dumb. All we're going to learn on Monday, family, is that he is dumber than we thought he was. Sorry. Let's let the ancestors say it.
I'll spell it for you. D-U-M-M-Y, period.
You having an unnatural allegiance to losers.
Yes, and that's the name on the screen. I didn't even realize it was still there. Anyway, family, I'm going to get up out of here. I just wanted to bring that to you quickly. Tomorrow, I got to get a piece of this. I got to get a piece of this Angela Rye jump off. Boy, I got to get a piece of this. Boy, that's how you going to launch your podcast? Okay. We finna talk. Oh, this is going to be fun. I don't know. That might be a video. I ain't sure yet. We see how I feel. Anyway, I'm going to get up out of here, family. Enjoy the rest of your night. Take care. Stay safe. And you know what to do when the agents of chaos come to mess up your day.